Okay, yeah, Boris Jahnke. I work for Crawford Stewardship Project, which is a local nonprofit organization here in Southwest Wisconsin. Crawford refers to Crawford County, which is just south of Vernon County, which we're in now. We're centered out of Crawford to work regionally and on a state level and higher levels when we get sucked into it and we really need to, but we work as much as possible on a local level, recognizing that that is where we can be most effective. And so we started almost 15 years ago, before I came on as program coordinator, around the proposal for a very large hog factory along the Wisconsin River, and important wetlands, ecosystems, sensitive hydrogeology in the area, and lots of reasons that this was not a great idea. Unfortunately, that farm did end up getting approved and has been operating, and we've been doing water quality monitoring around it and reporting and trying to get rules enforced and all that good stuff with differing levels of success. But we don't just work on factory farming issues, although that was the thing that started us. Are the pillars of our mission are environmental justice, local control of natural resources, and sustainable land and water use. So that involves a whole lot of things, which over the years has involved high capacity well permits, and frac sand mining was huge for a few years there, and general solidarity with other projects from pipelines to high capacity transmission lines, a host of other issues that are happening. And these days we've been right back to factory farming. That initial KO or operation over 1,000 animal units. This is all government jargon for really big farms with too many animals packed inside barns with manure lagoons underneath them that need to spray lots of liquid manure onto the landscape. They are now proposing to build a second 3 times larger facility a few miles away from the current facility on the edge of the Kickapoo River, and important conservation areas and wildlife areas, and also sensitive geology, hydrogeology. I keep repeating that Dina asked me to talk a little bit about just the geology of this area, and that has been really key to everything Crawford Stewardship Project does from the beginning, because that has impacts for anything we do here on the surface of the world. If we could be standing on top of a giant cave, or an underground river, or this whole interconnected fracture pattern that is the bedrock that we're standing on. So we have this interesting kind of layer cake of sandstones, which make up aquifers. That is what is holding most of the water that we're drinking. We have some of the best aquifers in the world as far as how much water they can hold and their ability to filter. That sand also makes some of the best fracking proppants in the world. So that's why frac sand mining became a thing here. And then the other layers are what's called the carbonate bedrocks, so limestones and dolomites. And those are the ones that have sinkholes and caves and tunnels and caverns, and can be a little thin crack, but if you're spreading millions of gallons of liquid manure, that can travel through a relatively thin crack for quite a ways relatively quickly. So it's just a really complicated landscape here, and that is on top of course, you've noticed there isn't really any flat around here. So all the steep slopes also make it a challenge to do anything safely that is on any major industrial scale, essentially. So we're, always at the table asking questions and trying to bring people, especially those most impacted by whatever it is we're talking about, into table. And we've catalyzed over a dozen different independent organizations over the years that we really try to do to not become a bloated big green organization. because we don't have the capacity to do that either, you know, we're funded by generous local folks, so, you know, we only have so much, so we really try to. Okay, there's gonna be a frac sand mine here, y'all neighbors are concerned, let's help you out and get you connected, and this is how you can be part of the process. So, yeah. I'm happy to talk to people and connect on a whole host of different issues. I was born in the area, half hour south of here. So this is home, well, this is one home, I also somewhat live in Mexico. My wife is Mexican. Yeah, this is definitely home and the landscape I know most about, and yeah, there's still springs that you can stick your face into and drink straight out of.
Oh, my gosh.
You know, and that's, I was born to that, and grew up with that, and was fortunate enough that I left early enough to realize that was not the norm everywhere or really anywhere.
Yeah.
So, but just because the spring it tastes good and it looks good and it smells good, it does not mean you should drink out of it.
Yeah.
Unless you have actually tested it. No. That's good. So yeah, we're all into water testing, not just the streams, but wells. We've actually successfully gotten the 3 county area to do some coordinated well testing, which is really lacking. Just to put in a little plug for actual successful collaboration with government, that does happen every once in a while after a decade of pushing. Keep up the struggle is important. And yeah, we're on the karst education front, the groundwater and the geology front, all of that. I talked to, you know, little kids all the way up to cantankerous old folks on the corners who don't want to hear and already think they know what the world is like. So, we're, yeah, I mean, the kids book, I'm actually just gonna pick up our finalized illustrations.
Congratulations.
If you know anybody, on a good publisher for us, let me know. And yeah, I brought a few of our brochures and our last newsletter, if anyone's interested in learning more. And yeah, I'm happy to be here, and I appreciate y'all coming out here to the meetings.
Thank you. Thanks for, okay.